But without further ado, Tuesday, Thursday, doyen, specialist, aficionado, Matty Johns, thanks to El Jana, where charcoal chicken brine just tastes better. And this show just sounds better when this man's on the show. Matty Johns, good afternoon.
Oh, you're a sweet talker. I tell you what, that's one thing I'm going to miss tonight, not having the show, is the sweet taste of El Jana.
That's right.
I know. I like the garlic. The garlic's the best.
Matthew,
mate.
you're a bit early
Yes,
today.
Fletch.
Why are you early? What's going on?
Oh, got a little bit going on, Fletch.
Okay.
You know, here and there. Got to be here and there. You know, mate, finals time. There's always stuff going on, mate. Getting things placed on your shoulders. And,
Yeah, fair enough.
But doing a bit of comment. I'm actually commentating on the weekend. I'm doing one game.
Here we go.
Yeah.
What? Hang on. Whoa.
Which game?
Say that again.
Oh, Knights game.
I'm commentating Storm versus Sharks.
Oh, wow.
On Saturday at 4 p.m.
Who with? Who's your gang?
With Vossi and Blocker.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good, mate. I'm the third wheel, mate. I'm the third banana. So
Okay.
sit there and a little bit of break and play. But I'm just getting my commentary voice going.
Yeah.
Feeling, and the ball goes to Hines of the Nico variety. Inside ball, Toby Rudolph.
You know what? You actually, just on that, because he's got a great voice for that, you do have to red button one day, Matty calling a game with yourself and Fletch. Or with yourself and Andy.
Yeah, we could do that.
You have to do that.
Why don't we do an A-grade game?
Whatever you like.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's do an A-grade
I like
game.
it. Yeah. Yep, I reckon. Yep, bit of park football.
Okay.
So, boys, I believe you've got the Melbourne Cup in there with Bossy.
It's
Excuse me.
It's Bossy's,
Excuse me,
three of
Matthew.
them. There's three of
Melbourne
them.
Cups, plural.
Three of them.
Oh,
Yeah, excuse
Gotcha.
me.
And
All
I said,
three.
what sort of alcohol's been in this? He said, wine, champagne, tequila, everything. And I'm just going to whack a bit of vodka in it now.
Mate,
Matty, what's
looks
your
good.
greatest Melbourne Cup memory?
Oh, okay. Best Melbourne Cup memory. Let me think. Oh, now I'm trying to think of the name. The first Irish horse.
Oh,
to win.
vintage crop. Dermot Well.
Well, myself and Adam Muir,
Yeah.
an old teammate of, I think Fletch would have played with Hertzie. I'm not sure if you did, Joel, but we went there and we just had a bit of a look through the form. And I said, mate, I like this Irish horse. Vintage crop. It was about 18-1 at the time. We got it at we picked it up at a Calcutta. It was a big Calcutta too. It was a big one. Anyway, we bought vintage crop and it got up, had a good win. And back, that was 1995.
95,
possibly.
yes, it was.
95, so 1995, and this is, we're only 22 or something, 22, 23, and mate, we picked up about $3 or $4 grand each. We just we could not believe it. It was.
You've still got that money too, Matthew, I reckon.
I have, Fletch. I'll rat hold it.
I don't reckon Hertzie has.
I've got to tell a true story.
No.
Hertzie played the Bears, didn't he?
Everybody got hooked up. He hasn't. Oh, dear.
Matty,
Shouldn't
can I
laugh.
ask, did Hertzie play the
Relationships
Bears?
do fall apart.
Hertzie played the Bears, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we played the Bears one day at Leichhardt Oval, right? And this is small man syndrome. Half time we're walking off, and they were bashing us, right? It was a close game, but they were bashing us. And they go, woo! They had all this woo. They were all wooing.
Yeah, it's a ranked Knights thing too.
Yeah, but maybe Hertzie
That's where they
started.
got it off us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So I said to Hertzie, we're walking off together, arm in arm, coming
Yeah.
off. I said, mate, is it going well, but can you wrist all the woo-hoo shit, you know? Like, I'm half his size. And he goes, righto, champ. Anyway, the next half, I bring the ball back. He cuts me in half. He goes, get that woo into you.
Mate, I tell you what, we had even that 97 year, from 95 to 90, 97, 98, before he left to go north, he was just, mate, he was on fire. He was an incredible player, Hertzie, because he's a guy you could feed him early with the ball, and he could make something happen, or you could, mate, he and Dave Ferner were the best hole hitters I'd played with. Very, very good. But also, mate, he could jam people.
Yeah, great player.
It was unfortunate when he left Newcastle. The money he got to go to the Bears was just massive. Anyway, he went there, and it might have been the first time we'd played him, and he shouldn't have played. He had a groin injury. Anyway, we played him, and he only played half a game, and he come off. He was having a bit of a rough trot. Anyway, Warren Ryan, he was coaching us. Asked, he said, I'd never met Adam. I said, oh, yeah, I'll introduce you. He's Jack's godfather. I said, this is Adam Muir. And of course, it was a loaded introduction because all Warren wanted to do was throw one of his zingers at Hertzie. He goes, mate, it's true what they say about those red and black stripes. And Hertzie went, what do you mean? He said, they make you look 5 yards slower. Which was...
That's nasty.
So Warren was very good at throwing barbs, not so good at taking.
Now, Matthew, breaking news, your night, speaking about the glory days, poor old Bradman Best being ruled out.
Hamstring?
Yeah, hamstring. It's his fifth
Yeah.
hammy. That's, are you changing your tip?
No.
Nope.
I'll tell you why I really liked it. I think the Cowboys are the ideal matchup week one of the finals for Newcastle. The Cowboys are very, very talented. They said against the other top 8 sides, they've got the best record against the other top 8 sides. Now, think about the Cowboys. What makes the Cowboys great and makes them look great and put big scores on is exactly the thing that gets them beat. Is that the Cowboys come out of the blocks a million miles an hour and just throw that much football at you. But if you can get them into a really tough, gritty, ugly arm wrestle, they're not so successful. They love an attacking shootout where they get out there and it's just all systems a go. And the bloke who I think typifies that is Scotty Drinkwater. If when Drinky has an 8 out of 10 game, mate, you can guarantee Cowboys have scored 40 points. But there's games, but Drinky's an all-or-nothing guy. He sees a double cut-out pass, he's just going to go for it, and there's good and bad in that. If you can get Drinky, if you can put pressure on Drinky and force him into a 5 or 6 out of 10, you're going to win. And I think if you can dictate the terms of the fight with the Cowboys, of which if I was coaching Newcastle, I'd be kicking the ball into touch, I'd be slowing things down, and I would take all the emphasis. I put it this way: Kalen's a bonus. Whatever Kalen does on his own back, his brilliance is a bonus. To beat the Cowboys, my whole focus, if I was Adam O'Brien, would be on ball retention, repeat sets, and generating at least 55% possession. It took us a long time at Newcastle to realise how to beat the Cowboys in Townsville. We used to go up there and try to just go, right, we're just going to try to blow them away, and the heat and humidity would wear you down. We end up just going up there and saying, you know what, don't worry about how we attack. All we're trying to do is get repeat set after repeat set. We played them once up there, and I think we got 12 to 14 repeat sets in the game. And just burn them out of gas. If you go out there in Townsville and you're an away team and you try to blow them away with attack-based football, you're asking for trouble. Dictate the terms of the fight. Make it a slow, ugly, gritty fight, and I think you beat them.
I'll tell you what, I reckon, Matty, I've never thought about this the way he has. The correlation between the gunslinger, Scotty Drinkwater, getting maximum Dally M points and the Cowboys score, it would be 30+. When he gets man of the match, it's 30+. But where I totally agree, the Bradman Best thing being out does hurt my view of this thing. But since their bye, and I think I might have shared this with on Tuesday, Matty, but since their bye in round 21, Brian, they've played teams like the Sharks, who are prolific try scorers, Penrith. They have not conceded more than 3 tries in a match in all that time since round 21 of their bye. So they might just be styles make fights, Matty. They might just be the team to go, you know what, we're going to play for 80 minutes. You can gunsling as much as you want, but we're going to do what we do.
And I tell you what I'd do, Joel. At left centre to replace Bradman, I'd put Dylan Lucas there. Trust me on this. If you put Dylan Lucas to centre, you don't lose. For Bradman, you don't lose anything.
Right.
I've seen Dylan play centres quite a bit a year or two ago when he's coming through the grades. I still think centre is Dylan's best spot. He creates mismatches for him. Mate, he's a powerhouse. They just can't, on play 2 and 3, they can't stop him. He just gets on his front and punches through all the time. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be looking to put Dylan to left centre and Pierce Paul.
He's named in the squad.
In the squad.
Yeah.
You know, bugger me, I think he's shown a lot more than where he's placed at the moment.
Well, I think he's coming back from that injury. Remember
but it's a cut. It's a cut.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad cut.
I'm so glad Matty said that because I'm so congruent with that. Brian, what the temptation would be, so Jack Gibson would just pick his best 17 players, of which Matty's saying Kai Pierce-Paul is in the best 17, right? But what you see so often is Kai Piss-Paul would miss out, or someone else would miss out, and then some B-grade centre will come in. That's what happens, Matty, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So the thing about it is, on that left side, Bradman's side's Caelan's favourite side. And what he does, that's his sweet spot. When he gets that ball just swinging and he just glides to the left, and he might have a back row that drops underneath him. That's his thing. When he starts to glide across, the problem they do sometimes at Newcastle is they shut him off like with a block formation. When he floats, just first bloke drop underneath him. Even the second bloke might drop under, and eventually he'll skip across and the hole will appear. And what you see with Caelan a lot, he and Bradman have got that great combination because he'll just glide across Bradman. Caelan. He'll look for the left foot step, or he'll goose step, keep going the same way, and he looks for Bradman on that straight hole just outside his centre, that little numerical advantage. Now, if you put a centre there that wants the ball early and isn't as robust, that doesn't work. But with Lucas, you put him there and just say, mate, that's your corridor. When Caelan gets across, just jam the hole off him.
I love that. I completely love that. Sports Day, by the way, Dylan Lucas, I believe, is going to be on there. Matty, choose another game. There's 4 games to play for. Choose one more game that you want to talk about here on the Run Home with Joel and Fletch.
Well, Dogs and Manly.
Oh, yeah.
This is really interesting because the reason I give Dogs a chance against the top teams is they're completely different. They're built different, their size and everything. So whoever they come up against the Dogs, it's a mismatch. Now that's a problem for the Dogs and the opposition, given who wins dictates the terms of the fight. Now, what you saw in that game a couple of weeks ago against Manly was Manly dictated terms of the fight in the fact that, they slowed the game at times. It wasn't a continual game that just flowed, and they had a little bit more possession. All these things, and I thought the Dogs were a little bit too. They played with too slow a tempo when they had the football, and as a result, it became a game less about fatigue, and the power of the Manly side got over the top. What's interesting, what's really important for the Dogs is they've got to start a really fast tempo from the get-go. And you get your quick blokes in dummy half, just skipping across, poking go through, play the ball, just burn out Manly as much as you can. Even to the point, boys, when you're coming out of trouble and you're awarded a penalty. If I was Cameron Ciraldo, I would say to Matty Burton, listen, no committee meetings. As soon as that penalty, the mark is made, just kick it as quick as you can into touch, and we're going to get down. Don't let their big fellas breathe. Right? And you just play quick all the time. You try to generate 6 agains and repeat sets. And again, like what I was talking about before, you try to get 55% of possession. And when that starts to happen, suddenly then you start to look for your little short passes through the middle. If you watch Cronulla when they beat Manly the other day, they played very much that way, a high tempo, and then suddenly those little short passes, they were putting Nickera and Wilton through all the time. What happens? The big Manly forwards haven't got the gas in the tank to shut the holes. So that's the really crucial thing for the Dogs. For the Dogs and the Manly, if you tell me what type of contest it's going to be, I'll tell you who the winner is now.
Absolutely love that, Matty. We've got to run.
Best of luck with the prostate exam too, Matthew. I know you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
That was outstanding, Matty. I appreciate
3 times in 1 week, too much.
Yeah. No.
Run home with Joel and Fletch.